When you think of renovating your home, what comes to mind? Style, layout, or maybe even resale value. But your renovation choices can do far more than just make your home look good. They can directly impact your health and wellness. Many materials and systems in our homes release toxins, they trap allergens, or create moisture problems that lead to mold. Over time, these exposures can affect sleep, energy, immune health, and even our nervous system. But renovation gives you a really unique chance to fix these issues at the source. From replacing synthetic carpet to improving indoor air quality, upgrading ventilation, sealing moisture-prone areas, and even small projects can have a huge impact. You don't have to break the bank or spend time and resources that you don't have on a project to improve the health of your home. I have worked with countless families using the exact steps I'm laying out for you in this week's video and blog post to make their homes healthier through these renovations. So whether you're planning a small update or a full remodel, the strategies I'm laying out for you will help you prioritize the changes that make the biggest difference for a healthy, toxin-conscious home. By the end of all of this, you will have clear, practical ideas that you can start with when you're ready for that next renovation. Welcome back. I'm Amanda. I'm a building biology practitioner, a certified home inspector, and the owner and creator of Healthy House on the Block. I've helped countless families go through the renovations I'm about to walk you through today and do it in a healthy way where you can take advantage of some of the walls that will be opened, some of the projects you're going to be starting to make your house even healthier. So replacing wall-to-wall synthetic carpet is one of the highest impact house renovation ideas for a healthier home. Carpet can trap dust, allergens, pesticides, and microplastics. At the same time, the synthetic fibers and adhesives release VOCs that can contribute to indoor air pollution. So even if vacuumed regularly, carpet often becomes a reservoir of pollutants, and removing it during a renovation immediately improves the indoor air quality and reduces long-term chemical exposure. So healthier flooring options would look like solid wood. This is hardwood finished with a zero VOC or plant-based oil. You can also do a nailed down unfinished hardwood, and this would be finished on site with your own low toxin or toxin-free products. Now, if you're working with a wet area like a bathroom or a laundry room, you can go with a natural linoleum or a marmoleum. This is made from linseed oil, wood flour, and jute backing. And then you can also consider tile or natural stone using some non-toxic grout and adhesives. We really want to avoid laminate, standard vinyl, and engineered floors that have MDF or particle board cores. These can emit formaldehyde and other VOCs, and while there are some lower toxin options for these types of flooring, the ones I mentioned earlier are definitely the healthiest. So when you have your carpet removed, this is a great time to prepare your subfloor, do some inspecting, and work on dust control. So first inspect for moisture, mold, or any damage, and replace damaged plywood with a formaldehyde-free material. You can also take this opportunity to seal in any VOCs that may be emitting from that subfloor. So if you have particle board or plywood or something that would have a formaldehyde adhesive in it, you can use AFM Safe Coat Safe Seal at this time. It will help block any VOCs. Once you're ready, you want to use your HEPA vacuum to remove all dust and debris before you do any sort of installation. So if you're using contractors, you want to ask them to perform a dustless removal system and seal off adjacent areas with any sort of sheeting that they can find. Plastic is often what is used, and we want to prevent any airborne particles from traveling. You can also ask if they can cut any sort of material outside, wipe it off, and then bring it inside. We call that a dustless installation method. And then we also want to change HVAC filters during and after construction to limit dust circulation. We need to clean the area as thoroughly as possible when you're all finished. So replacing synthetic carpet will improve air quality immediately because it reduces allergens, it prevents mold, and it provides a durable surface that supports long-term home health. For guidance, please check out my non-toxic flooring guide and my healthy home overhauls that I have on my website. So renovation is the perfect time to improve how air moves through your home. Better airflow can reduce toxins, it manages moisture, and it helps remove VOCs released by new building materials. This could be flooring or cabinetry. Improving ventilation also supports long-term indoor air quality and family health. So a few things you can do. First and foremost, mechanical ventilation upgrades. You can add an energy recovery ventilator or an ERV. Another name for this is a heat recovery ventilator. That's a little bit different, but it's called an HRV. And these systems basically bring fresh filtered air into your home while exhausting stale air. They help control humidity and prevent mold. Renovation is the easiest time to install ducts or wall-mounted units. Another option would be improving your exhaust fans in your bathroom or your kitchen, or adding them if you don't have them. Replacing old fans with quiet, properly vented models that exhaust outdoors with a high-efficiency fan are ideal. Fans with humidity sensors or timers are also a great upgrade. And then finally, make up air for high-powered range hoods. So prevent negative air pressure that draws in dust or radon by ensuring fresh outside air replaces exhausted air when we're looking at really strong fans for your range hood. Now, construction generates a lot of dust. So while you are doing your project, we need to be managing these fine particles and chemical off-gassing. You can reduce your exposure by running a portable HEPA air purifier in renovation areas. You can also upgrade your HVAC filters to a MERV 12 or higher. However, you will need to be replacing these very consistently. They will get blocked very quickly, and this can cause damage to your HVAC unit. And then sealing HVAC vents to prevent dust from circulating throughout your home is a key component. Now, you can also use natural ventilation. So when weather allows, use open windows to create cross ventilation, moving air from one side of the home to the other, and then allow new materials, paint, furniture to off-gas outside before bringing them into a confined space. So airflow is one of the most impactful house renovation ideas. Proper ventilation will reduce VOCs. This could be from paint, flooring, or cabinets. You can also remove construction dust and debris with some of these tactics, and it's a great way to control humidity and support mold prevention. Are you a little unsure about where you even should be starting with a healthy house? Like, what are the first steps? After 10 plus years of hands-on experience, I know what those first steps are, and I know the steps to take that won't have you spending lots of money in the beginning, but will get you excited for all of the changes and all the potential that your house has. The truth is, creating a healthy house doesn't have to be really expensive. It doesn't have to be really complicated. You just have to know the exact steps to take. Anybody can check things off a list, and that's exactly what I'm here to help you do. My free ebook is an amazing resource to help you get started on getting toxins out of your house and creating healthier habits, and also planning for the future for some of those bigger changes. And this brings me to moisture and mold prevention projects during your renovation. It's one of the most important aspects of a healthy home and often missed. Renovations are honestly the perfect opportunity to address existing issues and prevent new problems before they start. So even small projects make a big difference in preventing mold and maintaining indoor air quality. So a few high impact renovations might look like upgrading your bathroom exhaust fan. This is a very cost effective project. You can ensure all bathroom fans are vented outside, not into your attic. Fans with humidity sensors or timers are ideal to prevent lingering moisture. You can also use moisture-resistant wall materials. So in bathrooms, basements, laundry rooms, choose a cement board, a magnesium oxide board, or a mold-resistant drywall that doesn't use any sort of antimicrobial instead of just a standard drywall. This is also a good time to seal around showers and tubs and sinks. Use a low VOC mold-resistant caulk to prevent water from seeping into walls or floors. And then finally, take a look outside. Improve your exterior drainage by ensuring gutters and downspouts are directly moving water away from the foundation. You want to adjust grading near the home to prevent pooling and consider perimeter drains if you need this. So a few small renovation projects that will help prevent mold in the future. These are minor, but they can reduce moisture risk immensely. So first and foremost, install a vent fan in your laundry room. This will help reduce moisture levels while you're using your washing machine and your dryer. Add a dehumidistat or a dehumidifier to keep indoor humidity between 35 and 40%. This is the ideal range, and sometimes we need to bring in tools to help reduce the levels. You also want to use breathable underlayments under flooring to prevent areas where moisture can get trapped, and then inspect and seal around windows and doors to prevent condensation and moisture leaks. Mold and moisture don't just damage your home, they actually impact the health, contributing to respiratory issues, and they also burden down your body. So preventing moisture during renovations actually protects your investment. It improves your indoor air quality, and it reduces the likelihood of long-term problems. Renovation is also the ideal time to address electromagnetic fields in your home. We call these EMFs. With walls open and wiring exposed, you can make changes that significantly reduce EMF exposure and create safer living spaces for sleep, work, and play. During projects to reduce EMFs would look like shielded or metal-clad wiring. Installing shielded cable or metal-clad wiring, especially in bedrooms, nurseries, and home offices, will lower electric field exposure. Now, you could also consider relocating electrical panels. So, if possible, place breaker panels away from sleeping areas to reduce exposure from high current circuits. If you have hard wired internet connections, you are healthier than you think. Running an Ethernet cable to bedrooms and offices will allow you to reduce or eliminate Wi-Fi in certain areas, and this will lower wireless radiation. And then finally, conduit for future shielding. So even if not using shielding wiring immediately, you can still install metal conduit, and this allows future upgrades without reopening walls. Some other things you can consider is create a charging station outside of bedrooms to avoid EMFs during sleeping. You can also plug in your Ethernet adapters instead of Wi-Fi extenders to help wire some of that electrical and internet. If your home has a smart meter, consider approved shielding or distance strategies without interfering with utility readings. And then always test and verify. After completing wiring upgrades, use an EMF meter to verify low levels in key living spaces. Proper grounding and distance from high current sources make a significant difference in overall EMF exposure. So low EMF wiring during renovation supports better sleep, it reduces nervous system stress, and creates long-term health benefits that are difficult to achieve after construction is complete. So this is a unique opportunity to integrate health-focused design into your home and renovation. A healthy renovation doesn't require unlimited funds. Even small investments can dramatically improve indoor air quality, reduce chemical exposures, and even prevent moisture and mold problems. The key is actually knowing where to spend your money for maximum health impact. So small budget, high impact projects. So this is like if you have limited funds, these are the updates that make a noticeable difference. First and foremost, replace synthetic carpet with a natural or low toxin flooring. We want to be using zero VOC paints and finishes, and I have blog posts and guides all about this on my website. We can also install or upgrade bathroom exhaust fans. This is relatively inexpensive, but can really improve the indoor air quality in your home, and then seal air leaks and improve window ventilation. These improvements directly affect the air you breathe and can be done gradually across rooms, and a lot of them are just maintenance that you'll need to keep up on, so they're relatively inexpensive. Now, if you have a medium budget for renovations, you can address larger systems. So this might be installing an ERV or HRV system for fresh filtered air like we talked about. It could be upgrading flooring throughout main areas or the entire home with maybe hardwood or marmoleum or tile. You can also implement low EMF wiring in bedrooms and offices. And then finally, choose formaldehyde-free cabinetry or built-ins when you're replacing this furniture. And of course, if you have a larger budget, we can really consider long-term health upgrades like shielded or metal-clad wiring in key areas, non-toxic insulation and air sealing to reduce drafts and off-gassing at the same time, exterior drainage improvements. This might look like professional grading, and this will prevent basement moisture. And then finally, this would be relocating your electrical panel away from any bedrooms. So when you're deciding how to prioritize, use these questions to guide your budget decisions. First and foremost, where do you spend the most time? Prioritize bedrooms and living areas where you are spending a lot of time. You could ask which project directly affects the air quality, moisture, or EMF exposure. If you are concerned about one particular area, definitely go for that area first. And then finally, which changes are only possible during a renovation? Is it wiring, maybe insulation or subfloor work? I have more guidance on my website and through my consultations if you're trying to go a healthier route during renovations. So even with low toxin materials, how a renovation is carried out really affects the overall health of your home. Dust, off-gassing, and improper construction techniques can leave behind pollutants that linger longer after the work is done. Following healthy construction practices ensures your home stays safe during and after renovation. So first and foremost, seal and protect your HVAC systems. We want to cover supply and return vents to prevent dust and debris from entering the ducts. You can turn off your HVAC system during sanding, cutting, or painting when possible. And then make sure we're replacing the air filters with a high quality MERV 12 or higher filter. And this is once construction is complete and then again a few weeks later. You can also use a dustless installation method. So ask your contractor about dustless sanding and cutting tools that are connected to HEPA vacuums. Can they cut things outside? We want to seal off your renovation areas with plastic barriers or temporary walls to contain the dust, and then use a HEPA air filter in the workspace to capture those fine particles. Also really important to look at low toxin products. So healthier materials release some VOCs initially, but they reduce exposure by using zero VOC paints, finishes, adhesives, and caulks. These may have VOCs when they're curing, but they're a relatively quick cure and they don't release VOCs after that. Allow new flooring, cabinetry, furniture, anything that you're bringing into your home to off-gas outside in a ventilated area before installation begins. And then keep windows open during and running ventilation systems during and after installation. This will help move air around. I have a toxin-free building materials checklist on my website that you can download and use in your own projects. And then finally, let's look at final cleaning and filter replacement. So after the renovation, replace your HVAC filter again, wipe down all surfaces and remove all residual dust. This is going to be a big project, but it is well worth it for your health and wellness. And then vacuum with a HEPA filter to capture any of those remaining particles. So a renovation is a rare opportunity to make your home healthier from the ground up. And by choosing low toxin materials, improving ventilation, controlling moisture, even reducing EMFs and following healthy construction practices, you can create a living space that supports your family's long-term wellness. For more resources on this type of work, including non-toxic flooring options, healthy home renovation checklists, a toxin-free building materials download, and mold prevention information, please visit my website. I have so much on there that will help you get through these home renovations. As always, thank you so much for being here. I hope you can take at least one thing from this week's video or blog post and apply it to the work that you'll be doing in your own home. If you found this video helpful, definitely give it a like and be sure to subscribe to my channel because I am here every week with new tips and ideas on creating a space that truly supports your health and your wellness.